Hello guys! Today I'm going to show you how to make batteries in Roblox Industrialist. As a warning, first of all, it's going to cost you 360,000 research points, and it's going to cost you a lot of money, and you're going to have a lot of energy. It's going to cost like 10 to 20 million dollars, I think. I'm not sure, maybe a little bit more or less, but I wasn't counting really, so I'm not sure. So sorry for not really counting how much it's gonna cost. But anyways, you're going to have to research sand excavator, oil fracking, advanced assembler, precision assembler, lithium, and charger. You will also need to sell 20 crankshafts to research the advanced assembler, and you will also have to sell 40 purple ingots to research the precision assembler. So yeah. Anyways, I'm now going to show you how to make the batteries. So yeah. Anyways, you want to make the lithium batteries. So first, you will have to make a lithium brine excavator. It's in the third tier, in the extractors section right here, the lithium brine extractor, and it will output lithium brine and residue. You will have to store the residue, and you will have to output the lithium brine into a chemical reactor, which is also in the third tier in the factory section right here. And the chemical reactor is going to need lithium brine and also sulfuric acid. To get sulfuric acid, you will have to make a advanced oil separator. Right here, it's right here. The advanced oil separator is in the third tier, in the factory section right here. And you will have to place the advanced oil separator, and you will have to input crude oil and steam into it. So to make crude oil, of course, you will have to go into the second tier, in the extractor section, and then you will have to place oil rigs. You will have to place quite a lot of oil rigs to get enough crude oil. And then you will also have to make steam. I just make steam, pretty simple, you know. Second tier firebox, feed some coal into the firebox and water into the firebox, and also the boiler. Of course, you will have to place the boiler, and you will have to place the water pump. There's the water pump too. And then from the boiler, you will have to input the steam from the boiler into the advanced oil separator. So yeah, that's about it. It's a little bit laggy here. So yeah, after that, the advanced oil separator is going to output residue, which you will have to store. Then it's going to output light oil, which you can store or use. Whatever you can do, whatever you want with it, you can sell it, but for the purposes of the video I'm just going to store it. And then also it's going to output coke fuel, which coke fuel you can use in the industrial firebox later. I'm going to show you how. And it's also going to output hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide is what we will need, so we'll have to output the hydrogen sulfide from the advanced oil separator into a oxidization plant, which is in the third tier in the factory section right here. Oxidation plant right here. You have to input the liquid the hydrogen sulfide into the oxide plant. Then you will have to output the liquid sulfur from the oxidation plant into a industrial firebox, which is in the power section in the third tier right here. Industrial firebox. And the firebox, you're going to have to also give it fuel, just like the normal firebox. It will need coal, wood, or coke fuel, for example. So you can just take the coke fuel from the advanced oil separator and put it into the industrial firebox. And after that, you will output sulfur dioxide, and you will be able to input the sulfur dioxide into another oxidation plant, and from the oxidation plant you will be able to output sulfur trioxide, which then you will have to input the sulfur trioxide into another chemical reactor, which is in the third tier in the factory section. The chemical reactor is also going to need water, so you will need to place a water pump too, which is in the second tier in the extractor section right here. And after that, the chemical reactor is going to output sulfuric acid. So yeah, that's about how you make sulfuric acid. And then from the sulfuric acid, the chemical reactor, the first one, is going to be able to make dirty lithium sulfate, which the dirty lithium sulfate is going to have to go into a pressurized water filter, which is also in the third tier in the factory section right here. The pressurized water filter is going to need water, of course, which you will need a water pump, which is in the second tier in the extractor section. And you will be able to output from the pressurized water filter normal lithium sulfate. From the dirty lithium sulfate you're going to make lithium sulfate. So after that you will have to input the lithium sulfate into another chemical reactor. I'm pretty sure this is the last chemical reactor you're going to need. So the chemical reactor is going to need the lithium sulfate and also sodium carbonate. So to get sodium carbonate, it's pretty easy. All you need is an industrial firebox, another industrial firebox, which is of course in the third tier in the power section right here. And the industrial firebox is going to need oak logs to make sodium carbonate. To get oak logs, of course, you will have to make a modular farm, which is pretty easy to make. All you need is you need a tree farm sprinkler. You probably know how to make this, right? At this point, yeah. So after that, you will output from the trees the oak logs into the industrial firebox, and the industrial firebox is going to not really work yet, because fireboxes work by heating up water, so we'll need to put some water into the fluid pipe input right here. And after you put the water, you can make it go in a loop like this forever, because you don't really need more water. You don't really need the hot water from this. So yeah. After that, you're going to have sodium carbonate, and you will be able to put it into a chemical reactor. And the chemical reactor now is going to make lithium carbonate or whatever. Yeah, lithium carbonate. So we will have to output from the chemical reactor. You will have to output the lithium carbonate into the advanced assembler, which the advanced assembler is in the fourth tier in the factory section right here. And the advanced assembler is also going to need plastic pellets and graphite iron electrodes. First, I'm going to show you how to make the easier thing, which is the graphite iron electrodes, which to make them you will have to place a precision assembler, and you will have to input coal into the precision assembler. Right here you will have to input coal, and you will also have to input iron ingots. To make iron ingots, of course, it's very easy. All you need is to go into the second tier, into the extractor section right here, place some iron drills, connect them into electric furnaces, which are in the first tier in the factory section. And from the electric furnace you will be able to output liquid iron into a ingot molder, which is in the first tier in the factory section also. And from the ingot molder you will have to output the iron ingots into the precision assembler. Now the precision assembler is going to output the graphite iron electrodes. So yeah, now your advanced assembler will only need the plastic pellets, which to make plastic pellets you'll have to make plastic from PTA and from MEG, which is quite complicated. You will have to, of course, put the PTA and MEG into a plastic production plant or plastic production facility, and I mean it's quite a lot of work really. I have a video on how to make plastic, so if you don't really know how to make plastic yet, you can go watch that video, and yeah. But right now I'm not going to really talk about this because I have another video and I don't want this video to be 1 hour long. So yeah, from the plastic production facility you're going to produce plastic pellets from the PTA and MEG, and now you will have to input the plastic pellets into the advanced assembler. Now you are really close. All you need is a charger. The charger is in the third tier, the battery charger right here in the third tier in the factory section right here. You'll have to connect the uncharged lithium ion batteries into the battery charger, and from the battery charger you're going to output charged lithium batteries, which you will be able to input into another advanced assembler, which is in the fourth tier in the factory section right here. And the advanced assembler is going to need the batteries, copper plates and rubber. So first, to make copper plates, because it's the easiest thing to do, all you need is to place some copper drills in the first tier in the extractor section right here, and you will be able to connect them into a electric furnace. The electric furnace is in the first tier in the factory section right here, and from the electric furnace you will be able to connect the liquid copper into a ingot molder, which is in the first tier in the factory section right here, ingot molder. And from the ingot molder you're going to have to connect the copper ingots into a press. The press is in the first tier in the factory section right here. And yeah, after that you're going to be able to output copper plates into the advanced assembler. The advanced assembler, yeah. So yeah, you will also need rubber, which to make rubber you will need to frack some oil. To start fracking oil you will need the oil fracking tower, which is in the third tier in the extractor section right here, oil fracking tower. And this tower is going to need water, steam and sulfuric acid, yeah, you're going to need sulfuric acid or acetic acid, whichever you prefer. So yeah, to make water, of course, the water pump in the second tier in the extractor section right here. To make steam, of course, you can make a firebox with some coal drills and a boiler that connect to a boiler, or make a geothermal well, which is in the second tier in the extractor section right here. You can connect a water pump too, which is also in the second tier into the geothermal well. Then from the geothermal well you will be able to output hot water that you will be able to input into a boiler, and you can also output the used water back into the geothermal well so it can heat up more, heat up faster. And from there you will also need to input some water into the boiler, and after all of that you will be, I also did a little bit of a glitch here. It's a neat little glitch that you can connect the pipes even if they aren't connecting to the right output or input. But if they are connecting to some type of input, they can, well, they can just kinda work either way. So yeah. Anyways, after that you will be able to connect the steam out of the boiler into the oil fracking tower. Then the oil fracking tower will also need sulfuric acid or acetic acid, which I just used the sulfuric acid out of the sulfuric acid that I already made before. Like I showed you how to make the sulfuric acid already, and I just connected back into the oil fracking tower. But you could also make some acetic acid, which is really easy to make. You just need some oxidation plants, and yeah, that's pretty simple. After all of that, you will be able to make from the oil fracking tower, you will be able to make some fracking oil. Yeah. And then you will have to connect the fracking oil into a atmospheric distillation plant, which is in this third tier, in the factory section right here. And you will be able to connect it into its input, and from the fracking oil, the atmospheric distillation plant is going to be able to make a residue, which of course you will have to store. It's going to make light oil, gasoline, water-free gas, crude oil. You can do whatever you want with these four things, but we don't need them. We don't need them. We only need naphtha and heavy oil for the rubber making process. So you will have to connect the naphtha, the heavy oil, into a chemical reactor, which is also in the third tier, in the another chemical reactor. Yeah, I know. In the factory section, you'll have to connect the heavy oil into its input, and also you'll have to connect naphtha into the chemical plant input. So yeah. After that, the chemical plant is going to make residue, which you can store, and it's going to it's going to make rubber. Yeah. So after that, you will have to connect the rubber into the advanced assembler. Yeah, right here. And after all of that, you will finally, it's finally over, bro. You will be able to make the lithium battery packs, and yeah. If you want, yeah, and that's about it. You will have to sell these to make the logic assembler, because you know it takes 10 lithium battery packs to research this. I'm going to research it right now. Finally, man. And also it's going to make some pretty decent money. I can sell it right now and show you. So yeah. While that's happening, like, subscribe, and comment down below if you want me to make a video about the logic update next, because I'm going to make a video about how to make microchips and how to use the logic stuff. But it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. I kinda went through this video pretty fast. Maybe a little bit too fast. So yeah, if you didn't like how fast I went, you can comment down below if you want a more a slower video explaining how to frack oil and stuff, or like how to make lithium and stuff. I don't know. But anyways, that's about it. As you can see, it's sold for 3,500,000, and yeah, that's the whole video. Like, yeah, bye.